Imagine a landlord so cruel, so manipulative, he would rather ruin your life than follow the rules. Now imagine being a lawyer, faced with his tyranny, and turning the tables in the most satisfying way possible. This is the story of one landlord, one lawyer, and a 100-ton bank vault. Before we dive in, hit that like button if you've ever had a boss, landlord, or authority figure abuse their power. Comment your most satisfying revenge story, and subscribe for stories where patience, planning, and a little legal cunning deliver ultimate justice. Asterisk. Back in the 90s, I worked in an office building that had seen better days. In the basement was a restaurant called The Vault. True to its name, the dining area included a massive bank vault, so large you could see tables inside, surrounded by gleaming safe deposit boxes. One lunch, the owner pulled me aside, frustration etched on his face. "The landlord's driving me nuts," he said. "The landlord drives everyone nuts," I replied, knowing exactly what he meant. I had my own history with him: threats, unreasonable demands, disputes, the usual nightmare. Commercial landlords, unlike residential ones, can simply change the locks if you're late on rent. No warning. No court order. Just locked out. And our landlord thrived on intimidation. Asterisk. Visual cue: protagonist walking into dimly lit basement, tables nestled around steel vault walls, sound of echoing footsteps and metallic clinks. That day, the owner showed me a letter, an absurd list of charges for snow removal, parking lot repair, flooring, all dating back decades. The final threat was typical: pay up or we'll change the locks. And if he could bully a tenant, he would. Asterisk. The restaurant owner planned to move, but the lease required him to remove the 100-ton vault and restore the building. Naturally, that was impossible. The landlord demanded it anyway, claiming he'd sue if it wasn't done. I read through the lease, a patchwork of documents going back to just after World War II. The terms were impossible. Even if the restaurant defaulted, the landlord could attempt to sue, but it would be a hollow threat unless the owner personally guaranteed the lease, which, of course, he had. The owner was on the hook for the vault. And that's when the gears in my brain clicked. I realized this asshole landlord was overconfident, greedy, arrogant. And that arrogance was about to be his undoing. Asterisk. Visual cue: close-up of thick, yellowed lease pages, protagonist's finger tracing the fine print, shadowed office with late afternoon light streaming in. Asterisk. I called the owner. "I'm fucked, right?" he asked. "I can save you, but it's going to cost," I said. $5,000 in legal fees. Another $1,000 for a real estate agent. He paid instantly. The trap was set. Asterisk. Voiceover: strategic, deliberate. Asterisk. I needed a real estate agent to act as my unwitting pawn. Aaron, my office mate and old-school lawyer, supplied a contact. We drafted a convincing non-binding offer to lease the space for a bank. Every detail looked real. The landlord, greedy and eager to keep control, took the bait. Meanwhile, I had lunch with the restaurant owner in the vault itself. We poured red wine, ate pasta, and went over the plan. I handed him the demand letter, every fixture, every piece of equipment, and most importantly, the bank vault itself, must be released to him within 7 business days. "You want the vault?" he asked incredulously. "Absolutely," I said. "And the landlord must comply." He laughed at first, thinking it was a bluff, but he saw the confidence in my eyes. This wasn't bluffing. It was precision. Asterisk. Visual cue: slow pan over vault interior, clinking wine glasses, papers being signed and stamped. Asterisk. We approached the landlord during lunch. He sat alone, devouring a rack of lamb with greasy hands. "Your client needs an answer today," I said. He scoffed. "Your client can forget about the bank vault." Feigning shock, I responded, "You can't do that. My client might sue." The landlord, used to bending others to his will, laughed, thinking his dominance would intimidate me. "Sue all you like," he sneered. But the agent's offer, though non-binding, had been enough. It dangled the illusion of losing a lucrative tenant. greed and fear combined. Within days, he backed down, without realizing the entire thing had been orchestrated as a legal trap. Asterisk. Visual cue, protagonist standing tall, landlord flustered, restaurant owner's eyes wide in disbelief. Asterisk. The restaurant moved to a new location. The vault remained minus the bank vault. The landlord's plans for a new tenant fell apart. The offer from the agent was a mirage, designed to make him hold the vault. He stormed around, angry, claiming we had tricked him. I never once lied outright. I used only legal leverage, psychology, and his own greed. Watching him stew while the restaurant slipped away, leaving him with the unmovable vault, was profoundly satisfying. Sometimes justice isn't about lawsuits or settlements. It's about strategy, patience, and letting someone's arrogance destroy them. Asterisk. Visual cue, slow zoom on the empty vault room, a for rent sign fading in the window, landlord pacing alone, frustrated. I thought about the irony, a man who thrived on intimidation, control, and greed, bested by nothing more than careful planning and understanding human nature. My client was free, the vault untouched, the landlord humiliated. That day reminded me, power doesn't always reside in muscles or money. Sometimes, it's in patience, cunning, and reading the people around you. The landlord never sued. He had no contract, no grounds. Just a hollow fury, a lesson in hubris. Meanwhile, the restaurant thrived in its new location, free from the absurd demands and threats of a greedy landlord. The vault, 100 tons of steel, remained a monument to his defeat. Revenge doesn't need to be violent or cruel. It needs to be smart, legal, and precise. And when done correctly, it's far more satisfying than anyone could imagine. Sometimes the most powerful weapon is simply your mind. If you loved this story of clever, legal justice, hit like, subscribe, and comment below your favorite part of the revenge. And remember, patience, strategy, and a little cunning can outmatch raw power every single time.